Hello, this is David Schmidt with ESFI here in Seoul, Korea at the GOMTV studios, and I am here with the Global Business Division Assistant Manager. Is that correct? Otherwise known as GOMSnowbird to everybody else. Can you talk a little bit about what you do at GOMTV? I know people often see on all these communications from GOM posted by GOMSnowbird, responded by GOMSnowbird, but what does your role really look like?
That's difficult to say in one sentence, actually. It's many small things. I'm working for the Global Business Division. That means we take care of everything that's related to the global broadcast. Not so much in terms of the actual running of the league. That would be Mr. Che's department, but more managing the English website, posting English announcements, the English schedule, also everything that's related to the English stream. And my specific role is to post content on GOMTV.net. I post all the announcements. I translate a lot of things. I also manage the Facebook and Twitter of GOMTV. I also represent GOMTV on community sites like Reddit and TeamLiquid. And I do subtitles for a lot of Korean content. For example, Bainling, the Korean talk show that is being translated by me. I also did the subtitles for Project A with Yellow, which we had a few months ago. And apart from that, many different departments come to me and ask me for favors because there's not too many English-speaking people at GOMTV. So I have to do a lot of small tasks that are unrelated to my actual work. But yeah, so I'm kind of a jack of all trades, I guess.
And how did you get into GOMTV and competitive gaming? What led you here?
Well, I've been interested in esports for as long as I can remember, actually. I signed up for TeamLiquid in 2005. I was a lurker there even longer. And I played Brood War, I played Warcraft 3, not on a competitive level, but on a above average level, I guess.
Competitive among your friends.
Yeah. I think I was top 100 EU in Warcraft 3 once. I was on the German national team for StarCraft once, a very long time ago. But I never was really good. Like I was okay-ish, I guess. And then I stopped playing, but I still followed the scene because it interested me so much. So I was still on TeamLiquid hanging out there. And then I asked them if they wanted me to help them out with translations and Korean news. So they took me on as staff. I worked there as staff for a few months only because of school commitments. I had to quit, unfortunately. But I translated a bunch of interviews and posted Korean news. And after that, I finished my degree in Germany. I have a master's in philosophy. And after I graduated, I was thinking about what can I do? Like, what do I want to work? And my passion always lied in esports, so I just thought I'll try my luck, move to Korea, and just apply for GOMTV. And so I came here with that plan, with no real backup plan, actually. And I applied, and they took me.
And here you are doing all this work with English and Korean, and neither are your native language. Can you talk a little bit about what that's like, and how many languages do you know?
My native language is German. I grew up in Germany, was born there. My mother is Korean, though. The thing is, she never spoke Korean to me when I was a kid. She tried to force me to go to Korean school when I was a kid, but I refused. I rather wanted to play soccer with my friends on the weekend. So I never learned Korean when I was young, actually. I knew the alphabet and picked up a few like easy phrases and stuff because there was no way around that. But I actually started learning Korean when I was 20. I came to Korea for that. I attended a university here. And I've always had a knack for language, I think, a little bit. Because English also, I never lived for a longer period of time in an English-speaking country. But I've always had straight A's in English for some reason. I don't know. I never put any real effort in it. I guess I'm just lucky in that respect. So, yeah, I speak German, English, and Korean. And I had some Japanese at school, but I don't really count that, so it's 3 languages.
Great. And recently a lot of people have been seeing you on stream after the Code S matches doing translation and player interviews. how has that gone? What has that been like? And I guess can you talk a little bit about what it's like communicating the players' personalities and some of this behind-the-scenes stuff that the foreign audience maybe would never know otherwise?
I never knew that I was going to do this, actually, because at the start of the season, they suddenly came up to me and were like, hey, you have to do the translations. I'm like, why? We have John. Why isn't he not doing it? And then we're like, well, actually, this is not John's real job, because he has other responsibilities at the company. So I actually went up to him and was like, hey, shouldn't you do this? And he was like, no, you just do it. And I'm like, well, okay. And I was a little bit scared because it was my first time on camera, and I'm a little bit camera shy and everything, but I guess it went okay. And as for the interviews themselves, I'm very happy that people like my translations. I don't think they're perfect by any means, but I'm glad that I'm able to convey what the players want to say. And it is really difficult because unlike Korean and German, which are very similar languages, for Korean and English, people just phrase things differently. There's also the cultural difference. So often it's very hard to put something into words, because if you translate what they say literally, it would come out weird in English. But if you translate it in a slightly modified way, then people might think, hey, he's twisting his words. He's not, that's not what he actually said. So you have to walk a thin line, and I try my best to always stay true to what the player intended to say. I might sometimes kind of tweak his answer, and of course if I'm wrong, if he didn't actually intend to say what I translated, then that's obviously bad. But I think that I can manage to always stay true to what he actually wanted to say. So I'm confident in that. And yeah.
Well, I have talked to a couple fluent Koreans who are bilingual, and they have given high marks to your translation. So keep it up, and I have certainly personally appreciated getting to hear those little anecdotes from the players. I think it's a really good format because it's just 3 questions. It's comfortable for the players because they can speak in their native language, and it's right after the match, and it's really, really fresh to kind of connect them with the game they just played in the audience. And kind of with that, I think it really shows a commitment by GOMTV to communicate more than just the games, but the behind the scenes and player information. Can you talk about what that commitment is like, and maybe how GOMTV sees it as important for foreign fans to, really understand and know the players that they're watching?
That is actually, GOMTV is very, very committed to show the world how the Korean players really are, like give them a face, give them the opportunities to show their personality, because that's something that fans have always complained about. When I think back to the old StarCraft 1 times, it was really difficult to connect to some of these players, especially to the ones who are not in the spotlight. Obviously, the best players will always be famous because there's a lot of interviews about them, there's a lot of content, but the lesser-known players, it's really hard to get to know them, so they're just like, just a random Korean, and you're like, well, he plays well, but can't really connect to him. So since I came to GOMTV, it was my utmost goal to, give the Korean players the chance to somehow express their personality to the global audience. And that's why we constantly try to come up with new content for the global community. Like, we've recently upgraded the GNN show. We've added 2 really cool segments. We have also been constantly translating the Baneling show, which is also really interesting. You should watch that. It's on YouTube. And we have more planned. We will always try to give out more content for the global audience, because that's the most important audience to us, for me at least, because I'm in the global department. And so look forward to that. I think that's something we can learn from how it was done in StarCraft 1 times. That's something they failed to do, to actually convey, like to give the players more personality. So right now we have the chance to make that better. And I hope we will make the best of it.
And kind of with that, we saw behind-the-scenes content from the finals in Busan just 2 months ago, I think it was. Is that something that we're going to see in the future, more kind of behind-the-scenes coverage from finals, or are things going to change?
I don't think we're going to see the specifically same thing again, because the production team always tries to mix it up for every season. I mean, this season we have this, kind of cowboy bebop-ish comic style. Next season we will have something else. It changes every season because they want to keep it fresh, and I really like that. So I can't say that we're going to have the same thing, but we're going to have something for sure.
Excellent. For people who kind of see you in your work role, and we've kind of talked about that, what is GOMSnowbird outside of GOMTV and GSL? What are things that are important to you? What are ways you like to relax? What are things that you're interested in?
Outside of my work, I'm just like the average nerd, I guess. I'm an avid gamer. I play StarCraft 2, Heart of the Swarm right now. I play a lot of League of Legends. I play Dota 2. I play all Blizzard games. I play Diablo 3 a lot. I was kind of disappointed though, to be honest, but yeah. And besides that, I have a girlfriend that I've been living together with for 4 years. She's also German. She came here with me to Korea. And in my free time, we have this kind of community of English-speaking esports-related people in Korea. So I hang out with them, the casters, but also behind-the-scene guys. And we go to the PC bang, or we go to a bar, and yeah, that's how I spend my free time. I don't have so much free time, though.
No, it doesn't sound like it with all the work that you have. Thanks very much for sitting down with us and sharing a little bit about yourself and your work. This is David Schmidt for ESFI from Seoul, Korea.